Howdy folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the Mighty Bjorn, and today I'm going to be shooting some old ammunition out of my H&R Model 88 410. Now what I got here is I got some 30-year-old ammunition, literally. Now, the ammunition I'm shooting is actually some Remington ammunition. Got it like 30 years ago, and this ammunition's actually been out in the field with me. So it hasn't always been under perfect conditions. But seems to be working pretty good. Now I know this subject's has been touch base with other YouTubers as well. However, that being said, I've only seen two other YouTubers that actually demonstrated shooting and actually using old ammunition while talking about using old ammunition. Oof. Got knocked in the nose. It's been a while since I've actually used this shotgun. Yeah, here's one of my Winchesters. Now, the Winchester here, this has always been under perfect conditions. This has never been out in the field with me. So, it should work. No problem. Considering that the Remington, which is one of these, has actually been out in the field with me and not always been under perfect conditions. Both boxes are about the same age. Alright, so instead of sitting here making you watch me shoot off a bunch of ammo out of my 410 shotgun that's 30 years old, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the camera, going to shoot some more ammunition, going to count how many shots I took and give you the results, but I'm also going to take time to actually talk about inspecting old ammunition before you go using it. So that way you're informed of if the ammo is at least somewhat safe to use, or safe to use if you will. Alright folks, I'm back. Got done shooting. We've shot about 22 shells. It was only a partial box, but it was a box that was about 30 years old. And I really just wanted to run through that ammo because I got new 410 ammo coming in the mail. So pretty much just shifting out the old, bringing in the new. But I want to talk a little bit here about a couple things with inspecting your shells before you use them, especially on old ammo. Let's start with steel case. This is actually just a steel case. I don't have the full round. Now, a lot of the steel case ammo, from what I understand, it does have some type of coating on them to help protect it from rust. However, that being said, that's the primary enemy of this type of ammo. So obviously, you got to cool it and you got to store it in a cool, dry place, and that's the rule for all ammo. Now, that being said, some of this ammo comes in like cans. It's like a tuna can or a sardine can, is what they call it. You know, especially like the Eastern Bloc Soviet ammo, the surplus ammo. And with that ammo, you don't have to worry so much about humidity because it's in a sealed container. However, that being said, you still got to worry about temperature. Now, with that being said, if it's between 70 and 80 degrees, it should be fine. It could probably be stored in a hotter area, climate, if you will, as long as you're not having any drastic temperature changes. You know, if it goes from 100 degrees down to 40 in 2 hours, then that's going to be most likely going to be a problem for your ammo. Now with brass ammo, got a brass casing here, got a full brass cartridge here with the round. And essentially what you're going to look for on this is any, I don't want to say discoloration, because a lot of this brass, when you get it, it's a nice shiny yellow brass color. The copper is nice and shiny. But what you're looking for is you're looking for any green color. Now when it comes to the green color, that's not a big deal. You can still fire it, safe to fire. It's not going to cause any issues. The only issues you may have is the ammo is going to run dirtier. So that might cause some issues in your chamber. There, all you have to really do is just give your gun a little extra TLC, a little extra cleaning and care, and just clean that muck out of the chamber. Now the next thing you want to look for in this type of ammo, the brass case ammo, is if you have any, I want to say it's like a white powder looking color. What that is that's actually corrosion on the casing. That could cause problems, especially if it's on the primer itself. Generally speaking though, like if it's on the neck, you should still be able to shoot it. However, with that being said, you're not going to be able to save that casing. More than likely that casing is going to split when you shoot it. Now it should be fine. It might cause issues in extracting at that rate, but in general terms you should be okay, because the thing you got to keep in mind is when you pull the trigger and the round goes off, all the energy is going to go in the easiest direction of travel, which is going to be down the barrel. So there's that one. Now you do also, when your ammo is like that, you're going to have to be a little extra careful about squibs, because yeah, the ammo itself might be faulty. If you're not comfortable shooting that kind of ammo, which me personally, I avoid shooting that type of ammo, but I also keep my ammo in a cool, dry place. Once again, I can't emphasize that enough. I've never really had to deal with that, and usually if I do get around like that, which sometimes I found some ammo like up at camp or whatever that I forgot about and it started corroding, I would just disassemble the round and pretty much just toss it, you know, at that point, because there's no point of keeping it. That's my feelings about it. Ammo's cheap enough that you don't need to shoot old junk ammo. Now the next thing is I have a couple different types of shotgun shells here. I actually have 3 different types to be exact. And I'm going to tell you what to look for in each of them. The first one, most people watching this probably will not run into, but you might, because more and more companies are going back to making this type of ammo, and that is ammo, shotgun ammo with a paper hull. This is actually a compressed paper, or more like a cardboard. Think of like a cereal box cardboard. And then it's also got a cardboard top, so that's how it's sealed. It does have a waxy coating to it, and pretty much what you're looking for when you're looking at this type of ammo, once again, you're looking for corrosion on the brass. Like I said, it'll be like a white powdery color. Also, if it's green, which once again, that'll just mean you might have to do a little extra TLC to your gun. And in general terms, you're looking for the casing itself being swollen, the hull, or, you know, swollen, discolored, maybe mold. But in general terms, this should be fine. This is actually probably a 50, 60-year-old shotgun shell here. As far as I'm aware of, Remington, now Remington is making Peter's paper now, but they're doing a limited run of that for 12 gauge. This is actually a Remington Long Range Express, but like I said, it's a paper hull, and there was some other writing, clean bore. So I'm not sure if anybody can give me any idea of how old this shell is. I actually don't know. But looking at it, it looks like a lot of companies got away from doing paper ammo in roughly the 70s and went to doing plastic hull ammo, which is what I'm going to cover next. This is a Federal. This does have a plastic hull. Now this is this actually really isn't extremely old, even though it does not have the sealed top. It actually has a cardboard, the paper type top, like the paper hull Remington ammo had. Now for this, once again, in the brass, you're looking for discoloration. And like I said, it's going to be like a white, chalky, powdery looking substance on the brass. You're going to look at the top here, make sure it's still sealed, obviously. The next thing you're going to want to do is just give the hull itself a little bit of a squeeze. Obviously, if it cracks or breaks, you're going to have to throw that out. And that's really all you're looking for in the plastic type ammo. Plastic type ammo actually holds up pretty good, but like I said, it looks like Federal's actually going back into doing paper hull ammo. Remington's doing a short run of paper hull ammo. So I think plastic is the better of the two options, but apparently it's gotten to the point where doing a paper hull is cheaper than doing plastic, which is actually why they went to plastic in the first place. The plastic was extremely dirt cheap to do, and honestly, it just holds up better over time than the paper stuff does. But paper still holds up pretty good over time. I actually did see a YouTuber, Paul Harrell. He shot some 60, I think he said it was 60 or 65-year-old paper ammo. Worked out of the box, no problem, didn't cause him any issues every shot, which is actually what I had to hear today with the 30-year-old ammo. Now the next one here is just your typical modern plastic type shotgun shell where it's got the where the top is folded plastic instead of being paper. And once again, you're looking for the same things. You're looking for any holes in the plastic. You're going to squeeze it. If it cracks or breaks, and obviously you can't use it because the plastic has gotten brittle. And then obviously you're looking for corrosion on the brass part as well as the primer. Now that being said, when it comes to storing ammo, pretty much keep your ammo in a cool, dry place. One thing, there's a couple things you can get away with though, especially when it comes to humidity and dampness. Like I said, the old Russian block ammo comes in those big tuna cans. You don't have to really worry about moisture with that, although you do have to be concerned that if you look at the tuna can, you see rust. That rust might have got through the tuna can, which means the ammunition itself might have been exposed to moisture. Another one too, and this is how you get my 5.56. My 5.56 ammo comes in, it's called a battle pack. And the best way to explain it is it's like packed in like an MRE bag. And it's airtight. And once again, I don't have to worry about moisture. And even a bonus side compared to the tuna can is the pack won't rust. So as long as it doesn't get punctured, which is pretty thick plastic, I store it in, you know, a safe place where it won't get damaged. It will hold up over time pretty good. Now that being said though, most of your ammo is going to come in a box. And my advice for this, if you want to, you know, if you want to kind of alleviate the concern of moisture and humidity getting to your ammo, find yourself an ammo can or a bin that's got a rubber gasket, and that will help protect the ammo from any moisture. With that being said, there's really nothing you can do about temperature except for having your ammo in a temperature controlled environment. You don't want to go storing ammo in your car. It may fail. I actually had a buddy of mine that he handed me a box of bullets and he had it in his car for about a month. And I actually had 3 shots out of that failed. The primer failed. And it was only in his car for about a month. You know, that was over the fall. So at that time we were getting some hot days and really cool nights, and we're getting drastic temperature changes. And the ammo actually did end up failing a few times. That's out of a 250 round box of Winchester though, and everybody says that's the Pabst Blue Ribbon of ammunition, which I don't know when that happened because Winchester actually used to be really good ammo. I don't know what happened there. But either way, folks, that's really about it. Now, there might have been something I missed. Please, folks, go ahead, comment down below if you have any questions, or also if you know something that maybe I missed or I skipped over. Go ahead, comment that down below as well. The more we can learn off each other, the better. I know I didn't shoot like the oldest ammo in the world today. I think that, I don't remember the YouTuber's name, but he had shot 90-year-old 22 ammo that was actually lubricated ammo. That was the oldest ammo I've ever seen shot. Let alone, he's the only one I actually seen demonstrating shooting old ammo and even remotely somewhat talking about shooting old ammo. But anyway, folks, like I said, just want to get in deeper details with, you know, inspecting your ammunition, how to store it, things of that nature. Once again, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Share this around. Knowledge is power, all that stuff. And yeah, have yourself a wonderful day.